everybody, I'm Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. Welcome to the new moon in Virgo with me. It is August 27th, 2022, a timeless energy reading, and it is a Saturday evening. Okay, here we go. It is the World card in its muted form. Mother Peace Tarot, round tarot deck is what we're using. So, I wanted to do a little reading, kind of like kick off a series and see what it would look like from another deck. But starting with this one, what vibes does your inner child give off? And it's about completion, but it's all about like secrets, like the secrets of the soul. That these are not like things that are meant to be withheld, but to hold sacred, about completing cycles, because they're muted, and there's many bodies that are encircling this. It's about the celebration of connectivity. So when it comes to what vibes our inner child gives off, it's this ultimate inner knowing that we're all connected. So there are no boundaries, no color lines, no nothing that, no reason to prohibit us from a true bond. Finding likeness within each other. I say touch is a very powerful thing. Probably one of the most powerful love languages, especially when you consider mother and child, that bond. So I think that's really coming kind of like full circle here. And finding that likeness enough to speak that love language. That is what our inner child, like our inner child vibes as. So it's like 1,000,000,000% true for me, because I'm the only one live here and fully present, and that's okay. But we'll see who comes along. But for now, that is I. So I'm gonna speak in terms of me until someone else comes through. But this is a timeless energy reading, and it's meant to reach you for a certain purpose. We all learn from each other. We all grow from adversities, including presence or lack of presence, or all of the shades in between. Six of Swords, muted. Okay. Yeah, so it's like, when there's methods of like self-soothing. So when an infant is crying, oftentimes there's a stage of allowing them to self-soothe, being able to allow them to grow through managing their own temperament. Now, of course, this isn't considering like if they're colic, or if they have some kind of illness, or a disadvantage that requires them to have to be calling for help, right? That puts them in a very disturbed state. So, so this is pacifying, like self-soothing during our lessons. Like, we may be studious on a 360, so like we even take street smarts into account, our domestic ongoings, as like a classroom forum. So for me, when I was younger, I had a very different childhood, and so I did enjoy playing school and house playing house in the house, right? Playing, you know, like certain things like that, just very kind of normal day-to-day stuff. And so yeah, like it would go to the level, like, you know, playing school, where I would have you know, like the scholastic book fairs. I had, you know, some of those things, but I would have pretend like checking out the book, you know, where you write it down, or like they stamp it or whatever. So pretend like simulations of that. So now you know about your reader. Yeah, so I'm just kind of reiterating that because it kind of reminded me of how grounded that was in context. And yeah. I also was very much bullied by a girl in when I had to go to the babysitters during summer. So I mean, I've talked about this like in older videos, like I think maybe one or two, like old videos. I don't know if I made them private or not, but so I'm not going to repeat it. You're either there for it or you're not. But it's, you know, I've said it once before. Okay, so what is this? 6 of Swords. What hit that is Temperance in reverse. Okay. Hola, beat you to it. Okay. So, Temperance. Yeah, so, yeah. Temperance in reverse. This is like a wild woman, like wild child, but it's in reversal. So, being that it tapped on the 6 of Swords muted, it's like when we self-soothe, like when our inner child vibes, you know, in the state of like self-soothing, trying to grasp what the world is teaching us, it's like we also have to quiet our own noise. Like that wild woman spirit is, you know, is very much there. But for this particular situation, like, you know, there's a time and place for everything, but to quiet our noise, also the noise, and find calmer waters is also to do that within. Like, and it's also meaning to sober up, because temperance also kind of implies, you know, like almost like a bartender type of deal when it's an upright. Being like the hostess, you know, of that kind of thing, like being the entertainer, being the showman, being also on the recipient end, because you're not going to just like serve, you're also going to drink, you know, with your crew. So like, you know, the best in hospitality are also those that can engage in it, like move from the other side of, you know, the bar to like engage with their, you know, guests. So being so that's in reversal, it's like we kind of go hermit mode, we kind of go silent, we kind of put like the cups away, and you know, we loosen up our ties, and like we, you know, like we put away, you know, the masks and all of that, and we have to work on this granular level. Like we're not there to entertain or distract or create any additional illusions that would keep us from achieving our goals, which is like one foot in front of the other, or like one what do you call it, oar in front of the other, in constant motion. It's like almost like the figure 8, you know, like infinite motion with the oars. How do I say it? Yeah, it's kind of like yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. I don't know why I got that, but okay. Yeah. So anything else, angels of love and light? inner children, and ancestors of the like. Okay. So the question is, like, I forgot how I originally said it, but how does our inner child vibe? Like, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, Hanged Man in muted form. Gosh, like our inner child is so much of an introvert, at least within this situation here when we're dealing with these things. Yeah, it's like we look at ourselves also from an objective point of view, just like what we're doing right now. Like, what would our inner child look like? Like, what is another angle of how we could look at ourselves that is very real and, like, just honest, blunt, honest, without, the, like, crassness or rude, none of that stuff. Like, without any, like, flavor attached to it. What does it look like from those pairs of eyes? So, yeah, I'm getting that we're very intuitively guided on this when it comes to that view, because it's a very mature way of having to deal with, like, closing out cycles and learning a lesson in full scope so that we don't have to revisit it again, like seeing it for what it actually is, not what we want to take out of it. So, yeah. Okay. Like, it feels like visually speaking and conceptually speaking, it's like, there's no shortcuts around this. So, like, we can't clip around it like it's a coupon with, like, a discount code or anything like that. There's no shortcutting to learning the lessons, to finding closure in anything. And when we find closure, it's not just, like, to the bad things. It's also, like, to the good things, the people that we have to say goodbye to, like, our elders, or, someone that we're that we still hold dear to us, that, like, I'm thinking, how do I say it? Someone that you're very fond of, having to let go of them, complete cycles, finding the purpose of that. Okay. Shaman of Cups. So that is the King of Cups. That's spirit. I mean, we could argue that the Emperor is spirit, but that's, spirit takes seeding in different ways, when it comes to our interactions. So for me, in the most loving form, I get spirit as the King of Cups, or Shaman of Cups. And that felt like right on my lap, like right on my right leg, So, spirit is the master magician for eels, and I get the sense that spirit watches our inner child, the growth of our inner child, as well as when, like, we grow in real-time mode. So our inner child is never abandoned. Okay. There's justice. Spirit also acts as the figure of justice, because we see two pillars here. There's also some magic in here because we see the cauldron. It's ancestral as well. But Spirit gives us our inner child most, like, so many resources. Do you see, like, these are like plaques on the wall. You see they're like dolphins and plant forms and shells and all of that. So definitely Spirit gives us many resources to tap into. Okay. What vibe does our inner child give off? Okay, on my left, which is the recipient end, 9 of Pentacles. Abundance and accomplishment. Like, you know, when we tap into our inner child, like through playtime and practice, that that in itself is such, like, the happiest form of ritual one can tap into, and it's healing. And Spirit saying, like, we find, like, so much accomplishment in that. Like, we have something to show for it, and that, like, so much so that others see, like, what we've come up with it. And, like, each accomplishment is different, intricate. Sorry, there's 10% battery, so I have to haul ass on this one. It's saying that with each, like, accomplishment, each milestone that our inner child has helped us like see eye to eye with, has created, you know, each thing. So it's like within each these are like different cultures, right? So different worlds with that of alignment that we've accomplished with our inner children. So that's, like, on the recipient end. We might also be natural divinators, people who divine the heck out of things. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, this one is the Empress. What the heck? The Empress pronounced. Okay. So it's just, like, very fertile. Our inner child is very fertile. Yeah. It's like, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And it's just basically, if you're abundant and you know it, you know. And then this one fell on the World card dominantly. It's the 3 of Swords pronounced, the 10 of Swords muted, the 3 of Cups pronounced, the 9 of Swords pronounced, and then the Priestess of Wands in reversal. Jeez, I have only 10% battery. Okay. So what kind of vibe does our inner child give off? 3 of Swords pronounced. Okay. So we go through a lot of, like, live-ish. I've been telling you, I've been getting, like, multiple psychic attacks in the past few days, especially I felt, like, the onslaught of it today, and the previous 2 days, but today, I think I have extra help, so that's good. Warding that off. So thank you very much to my helpers. So 10 of Swords muted. It's like, you know, we know that there's betrayal on the outskirts, but we don't really have to talk about it. I'm only saying this because I want to thank my helpers. That's it. So, like, that automatically leads to happiness and victory, like celebrating. Like, how do I say it? Our inner child understands, like, it's not so, we may come off as kind of naive, but there's this inner old soul knowing that knows, like, what's going on around us truly. But we save our energy, and how do I say it? Like, we're still human, and they may still consume us, like our thought, but we don't, like, the mere acknowledgement of it, like awareness of it, doesn't have to be acknowledged like on the outskirts. Like, it doesn't need to consume our energy. Like, it'll stop somewhere, and we decide when and where. So the Priestess of Wands in reverse is the Queen of Wands in reverse. So our inner child, when we're lacking confidence in things, when we don't really see like how awesome we are, we do get help. I mean, like, that's what it's saying, synchronous to what I've been receiving as far as psychic attacks. Yeah, we have help from like real supporters that will also stay up with us. That's so sweet. So that we can recover. Yeah, because on the other side we got the Empress like laying down off to the side, and they both, like, one side fell, and I think the other was just like kind of sticking out, so I just decided to take that. I don't know. And I decided to kind of like separate it so I could remind myself to read it kind of separately. That's so sweet. So when it comes to involving our inner child, like making a conscious effort to assert that voice within our day, to never like undermine it, like for real, like it has an equal say. He, she, non-binary, our inner child has an equal say, and that's part of what makes this like wholesome and beauty, because it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And like the Empress is always like, fertile, like pregnant. So, what came first, the inner child or the Empress? And so people see the beauty in us because there's that connectivity. There's so much alignment. It has created a pillar on its own of connectivity. Where did we see that? I saw that in, maybe it was in the previous deck. Yeah, I think it was in the previous deck here. Alright, I feel like I have to kind of cut this short because 10% battery. Okay. Bottom of the deck is 8 of Wands. Yeah, just as I was saying, like that pillar of light between the alignment of the inner child and the Empress, it's like we're growing in very much alignment. So as the Empress is like continuing on with gestation, also is the child, within. So there's a lot of instantaneous movement and communications between both worlds, and that naturally is protective. Because we become pillars of light. We're gonna go ahead with this as well, my dearies. Oh, one got kicked out of there. Okay, so that is A on the outskirts, and then E. So A and E naturally combine, so like arts and entertainment. We have THINETIEUZEIELEUJIGHDD. Okay, so we have thin, we have jade, we have luau. Wait, how do you spell luau? L-U... Shoot. L... How do you spell luau? I think you have to have an O, so it's not luau. But it looked like that there's so many vowels here. I have then as well. Hue. Some of you, Hugh, like the color, you know, Hugh, not like Hugh Hefner. I don't know why I got, there's no other additional, oh wait, no, there's Hugh. Some of you might be like, you know, Hugh Hefner, kind of like bachelors or like kind of players also. Yeah. Each his or her own, right? I have Jay-Z. I have jade, so maybe that's a stone like that we could work with as far as like crystal healing. It might also be somebody's name. But jade is also for luck, of course. Heart healing. Maybe I could just hook up right now. Okay, I don't have my little camera holder thing here, so just bear with me. Shit. Mother. I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it, so give me a second. That's what we're working with here. Okay. Sometimes my, is dilute spelled with one L? I told you, like, I seriously, my freaking, like, spelling is off game when I do this. I don't know why, like, dilute. Okay. So maybe some of us have to kind of like sober up, like even our environment, like just dilute all of like the extra stuff. Maybe like our body is being compromised or temple. I'm also getting like hazy. You know, like hazy shade of winter. Yeah, I'm getting somebody needs to like detox here. Most definitely. So like this has to do with drinking, like heavily. This is, I mean, it could be like detox in a different way, but being that it's water, and we just talked about the whole like temperance card right there. Most definitely. I was gonna take out hue from here, but I really feel like it's a definite. Yeah, because Hazy Shade of Winter, that music video, is I also see Thug, of course. So some like I seriously, like sometimes I just like read for darkness sometimes that I don't even realize it. See, it's like, yeah, sometimes I read for darkness. Yeah, sometimes you do, like for real. You know, yeah, with without the H is like a different generation than yeah with the H. When you drop the H, this is a younger generation. So, like, when it comes to these issues, just like rest, you don't have to feel like worse than you should. Like, save your energy for the healing stuff, because that's the hardest part. So what they're trying to say in this is that when you're trying to detox and like kind of align yourself with your inner child, that know that you're not like, it's not like exclusive to you. Like, they think you already know that, but it's like, it's so prevalent that it's also reaching like several generations. So you don't have to feel like there's more than one battle that you have to face, especially like when you're going to like AA, seeking formalized group support, moral support on your journey. So that's just some peace of mind, is what they're saying there. So I'll keep the H there. What else here? And they're also trying to tell us to remain gentle in the process with ourselves. Yeah, the fact that like my phone battery was dying, and 10%, and kind of anticipating like a freaking meltdown, that I decided I was just going to go ahead and hold the phone. So it's like kind of like hand-holding yourself also through the process, that even though it may seem like really irritating, like a hassle to do that, like it works. Just accept it and like just don't have a second thought about it, and just like kind of just do it and see how it goes, that holding your own hand like through the process is not a burden. Like, if anybody should be your supporter, like your best supporter, it should be you, through good times and bad times. Like I struggled with like, at first, I thought it was like stupid to kind of like my own stuff, whatever I create. But then I realized, like, not only does it like, number one, practically, on a practical level, help with the algorithm, but like, who cares what anybody thinks about me, like liking my own ish? Like, I've seen celebrities do that stuff to their stuff too, like grounded, celebrities, people that are well known, and so that's like one piece of mind, so it's like on the third time's a charm, and being more receptive to things as signs. I realized, no, there's nothing wrong with supporting myself. Like, if I can't do that for myself, and if I can't be proud enough where like I don't, like, I have to care, if I'm at the point where like I have to care about what others think about me supporting myself, like that's some double cross bullshit right there. We're not doing that. Okay. So where does that go? I mean, this could be like just finding happiness. Like, that emoji that's like, I'm happy. Like, it doesn't matter what you think. Like, eyes closed, I'm still happy. That's what it's saying. Oh, that's sweet. I like that. That's so good. Okay. So that is our message for today. That's really good. So, just because, like, I want to clarify, just because you're, like, because I have to be, like, kind of blunt and honest, and sometimes, like, I'm just reading the messages that I don't realize how blunt I am, that, when I say that I read for darkness, it's like, how do I say it? Just because you're going through darkness doesn't mean that you're of darkness. If you're in darkness, it doesn't automatically equate to you being of darkness. So that's a huge specifier that they want me to convey. And then, because we've recharged just a bit, it's 11:01 right now, I'm going to use Score, Medic, and Cruise. Okay. I feel like it's important. Now I'm going to do it outside of the go time bowl. Okay. Just because I want to be able to take a picture of this. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Right on this side. Oh no, geez, that's fine. It's fine. Okay. So, farthest away from me, it almost hit like this little cowbell. Is like a phooey face, like phooey. Was that alfalfa in Little Rascals? I would say phooey. But like it's at the very top, and it hit the bell, and it's like, I think some people, this could mean several things, but it's definitely an expression by the people, by a certain ratio of people involved in this, especially when it comes to addictions and having to dilute that, because driving downwards and accentuated is this like medic van. So either they've had enough, or they're like, phooey, like like that's basically in, modern times, like saying, oh shit, like the things that I need to do, like accentuate in my life. Because especially if you're intuitive and you come to my channel, like it's highly likely you are, and you're still like going through like these bouts, you already know that when you come to like interact with me and cross paths with me, there's a huge significance here. Like this is an accelerator for growth. That part of would I say it? Is it a gift? Angels? Part of what I offer to this world has been passed down from, many learned years of, ancestry and past lives. So I'm endowed by that as well. So it's not like just I did it all, but, I'm able to channel it to the here and now. So when people cross my path, they know it's their time. They know it. And if they are of the dark, they obviously have had strong, repeat, deep-rooted patterns of, very unhealthy things, very destructive things. So people know, like, oh, shit, it's their time, to fix things, to heal things. So much so that across from it is the hazmat suit. Yeah. Game time is over. Okay. Kind of like putting away the toys, like seriously. And then working on your next moves, because this is in limbo. Your first moves, if anything. And, like you're going to be so happy with yourself because, because you're putting away the toys, you're going to be so strengthened in other areas. You're going to so impress yourself. This is a handstand, like a one-handed handstand. There's a smile on this person's face, like, I've achieved it. Like, I have achieved enlightenment in hangman view, and I'm not hanging off of anything. Like, this is a one-handed, stand. So it's reiterating that. What's under my knee? Oh, bullseye. Under my left knee it's a bullseye. It was pinned right underneath there. Yeah. And then the two left here are kind of like at my hip. It's these two. They were not touching, but very, very close to each other. So we have the web and files in reversal. So it's going to have us rebuilding, like reorganizing some things. Like some files are going to have to be thrown away because they're obsoleted. And then this is about like the web. So it's not just about creation, co-creation with our inner child. Like, hey, what's your input? Like, what do you have to say about this? And it's definitely not anarchy disposing of old files, but just the ones that are obsoleted. Most definitely. And so that web also has that effect of like World Wide Web. So this is like not just internet connection, but the communication, like the 8 of Wands, bottom of the deck, is conveying to us, that it's how do I say it? It's not just distance learning beyond the veil, like within our, inner child, but it's also like across different realms, like across the country, across the universe, across, it's all of that. So it's when we work on that building process, that intricate weaving process, and again, through the adversities, when we get shot down, so does our web. So it's about like the resiliency of having to rebuild that intricacy, like mending also different areas of it. And part of that learning process is also repositioning, like deciding, okay, do we need to like make a home elsewhere? Like, what is the prime positioning to get like the most like sustenance, like the most like opportunities? Because this web is considered like a door in itself, like a portal to opportunities. So when we're co-creating, it's the most efficient way to like understanding like how many opportunities, like how many, like killing two birds with one stone kind of mentality, but like with the single door of opportunity that catches like all of these areas of sustenance and abundance. So our inner child gives off the vibe of one of like the most underestimated mentors. Yeah, one of the most in alignment, what we were talking about with the Empress and the inner child, the divine light of the divine feminine, speaking to the inner child, and how, remember we talked about the love language of touch, how it's, that was with the first card. It's a huge bonding experience of not just acceptance, but a welcoming. So that first handshake, thinking about that first move, is a giant step for mankind, for all kinds. And I forgot what we were going to say about that. That connectivity. Okay, I don't remember what I was going to say about that, angels. But that's okay. Angels, thank you very much for your presence and the messages that came through. Very much appreciated. Yeah, it's about like the inner child being like indirect link, having that formal handshake, which is okay. I forget what we were going to say about that, but my gosh, I'm still like annoyed by the fact that I think dilute is spelled with 2 L's. Is it? I don't think so. I think no, it's with 1 L. Okay. We're good. Everything is good here. Oh, 1 L. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thanks very much for joining me. Hope to see you again and hoped it was helpful. Have a good night, and it's 11:11 on the clock. Have a good night. Okay. Bye for now.